Hello, my dear students. In the last lecture of chapter 2, that is nutrition in animals, we have considered the nutrition process of nutrition involved in animals, and we have also studied the 5 steps which are involved in the complete nutrition process of animals, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So, and also we have discussed the one step, that is the very first step, that is in ingestion. We have studied that how various type of animals use their different organs for ingestion, or you can say for taking food inside. Now in this lecture we will study the second step, that is digestion. And since we are studying the digestion in animals, we will first consider the different organs which are involved in the complete digestion process in animals. See, in the diagram you are able to see there are different type of organs are there which are involved in the digestion process of human being. See, we take in food through our mouth. From the mouth, it passes through a number of organs in the body. All these organs together form a food canal called alimentary canal or digestive tract. In our body, alimentary canal is a long food pipe, you can say, which is of 8 to 9 meter long, and it has many parts. Like alimentary canal is a long and coiled tube. It consists of these 7 organs. Like first one is the mouth, or you can say buccal cavity. You can look into the diagram also. And the second one is the esophagus or food pipe. Third one is the stomach, and then small intestine, and then it is large intestine, and then it is rectum, which is ending at the anus. Some few glands are also associated with the alimentary canal. These are like salivary gland, the liver, and the pancreas. In the diagram, it is you will be able to see how these are attached inside the human body. These glands secrete digestive juices which convert complex food substances into simpler one. The alimentary canal and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. So, the very first step is to intake the food. Food is taken into the body through the mouth with the help of our hand in human being. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. The very first step when food goes inside the mouth, three things you have to remember that is important. The very first step, the physical process inside the mouth starts. What is present inside your mouth? That is teeth and tongue, and also one gland that is called salivary gland. So what happens, as soon as the food reaches in your mouth, your teeth starts biting them, chewing them, grinding them, and that is the physical process which is involved in physical digestion of food. Then what happens? Then the function comes of the salivary gland. What does salivary gland do? Salivary gland secretes one watery liquid, that is called saliva, which is used to digest whatever the carbohydrate present in your food, or you can say the starch present in your food. That starch or carbohydrate is digested in your mouth with the help of the saliva. And then comes the tongue. The function of tongue is to mix that saliva with the food thoroughly, and it also helps in swallowing the food towards the next organ, that is called the food pipe, or the other name of food pipe is esophagus. Tongue helps in mixing saliva with the food. Saliva is watery substance that is present in the mouth. It is secreted by 3 pairs of salivary gland. The juices present in saliva help in chemical digestion of starch into sugars. After the food is broken down into some smaller pieces and mixed with saliva, it is swallowed down the digestive system and enters into the food pipe or esophagus. Esophagus is a long pipe which connects buccal cavity, or you can say mouth, to the stomach. Before going towards the topic esophagus, first we will consider the teeth which are present in our mouth. Teeth are located in our jaws in the mouth cavity. They are fixed to the gums. Based on the structure of and function of teeth, they are of four types. Like in the first type is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. As you can look into the diagram, incisor are present at the front of your mouth. They are in a set of four down at the down face and the four at the upside, you can say. Incisors are used for biting your food material or cutting your food material. These are present in the front of your mouth. Then comes the canine. Canine is used to pierce something or to tear something. Like incisor, you can see you people help with the help of your incisor eat apple. You used to cut the apple with the help of incisor. But if you have to eat sugar cane, you have to tear the covering of sugarcane and then you take the help of canines. So I think the function of incisor and canines is clear now. Incisor helps in biting and cutting the food, but canines help in piercing and tearing the food material. Then comes, and how many canines are there? There is a set of two present in the mouth of canine. And then comes the premolar. There are again a four set of teeth behind the canine, that is called premolar. Premolars are used for chewing and grinding the food. And again there is one set of six teeth present inside the mouth, that is called molars. They are also used for grinding and chewing the food. So this type of, we have the, you can say we have one dental formula of teeth. They are present in the order of 4 to 4 6. So like this we have two sets at one side, 4 2 4 6 in the downward at the bottom of your mouth, and 4 2 4 6 at the top of your mouth. So we have you can say an adult person have 32 teeth in his mouth. As we know, at birth a human infant has no teeth. The first teeth appear after 6 months or so and fall off between 6 to 8 years of age. These are called milk teeth, and they are temporary because they fall off at the age of 6 to 8. You can say there are 20 milk teeth. And what happens when milk teeth fall off? These milk teeth are replaced by permanent teeth at around the age of 6 or 8. Permanent teeth are 32 in number. So in this lecture we will stop this video here only, and in the next lecture we will study about the tooth decay and salivary gland, and also we will study about the taste bud or tongue, which help us in tasting the food. So many things we have to study. Here we are stopping this video here only, and we will proceed in the next video from the topic, that is tooth decay.